Hi guys, today we're going to take a look at UI image view and just go through the process of adding some outside images to your app. Just show you how pretty easy this can be, and then how you can apply this to buttons and change the appearance of your images as well. So let's go ahead and get going. Before we get started, if you want to have a couple images to work with, I just have a picture of a moon and a sun here that I'm going to play around with. But any pictures that you can get off the internet and just save to your desktop will make will be pretty helpful as we go through this hack which here. But so we're going to go ahead as always and start off with a single view project. So we're going to go to Xcode, create a new project, single view. Click on next here, and we'll just call this image view practice for right now. We'll keep it very simple for the name. Again, Swift is our language, Universal is our device. Click next. As always, I'm just going to save to my desktop and go ahead and create this here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our images into the file here, into our project. So we have not worked with this yet, but there's this image at image xc assets folder. And this is kind of the holding ground, or the the place where you want to put your images here for your project. So that way, once they're in here, that they will run with your app, and it's just a good place to keep them. So very easy to get them in there. So first things first, I'm going to drag in here. I've got my picture of my son. I'm just going to bring that in here, drop it right into the space here, and then it now puts that image in this folder. You'll notice we've got 1x, 2x, 3x. That is just for the resolution of the picture. I usually just put mine on 3 there. Same thing, I'm going to bring my moon in, just drag and drop. And then I now have a picture of a moon and the picture of a sun. And then the names are very important as well. And we'll get into the code of that in a moment. So that's the first thing here. Let's just get our images into our project. So once that happens, we're going to go to our storyboard here, and we're going to set up the what we call an image view. So the image view is an object. So we're going to go down to our object library and start typing in image. And right away we'll see, here it is. There's our image view. As it says, it displays a single image or an animation described by an array of images. So we're going to focus on that single image for right now. So I'm going to bring my image view out. As you can see, it kind of it's automatically sizing to the whole screen size of this view controller. We're going to fix that right now. We're going to set the size up here. So with the image selected, I'm going to go to my size inspector, which looks like a ruler. That's the size here. I'm going to change the width and the height to 100. So I'm just going to really bring that down. Now with it a little smaller, I'm just going to align that to my left guideline. Okay, so we want to go ahead and do that. Just a little easier to work with for right now. From there, let's talk about giving this image view an image. All right, so there's a couple ways we can do this. First thing we can do, so again, with my image selected, my image view selected, again, you'll know if it's selected or not if it has little white boxes around. We're going to go to our attributes inspector, and right here we've got our image view properties and things we can change. So in this first image box, if I start typing in sun, it's going to pick up that, hey, you just put a sun into your image file right here. So it's picking that up, so I can just go ahead and say, yep, that's the one I want. When I pull that down, it's got moon as well. So again, any image you brought in there, easy to access. So pretty simple there, just bring that in. Now a couple things here to look at. All right, in terms of the view and the mode here, scale to fill is going to fit vertically and horizontally. Aspect fit is usually going to be the best one to work with here. It just kind of gives you that best quality of picture, within the app. So if we were to run this right now, just to show you that this does work, and my son's going to be on my app here. Let's get our simulator up and running. And there we go, image view practice, and there it is. Okay, so nothing crazy right now, but again, just showing you how it's a simple process to get that picture or an image into your app here. So now if we want to start getting, obviously we worked on IB outlets and actions last week, so let's connect that now. Let's bring that together with these image views and programmatically change the image. All right, so what we'll do first here is let's bring a button. All right, so if we're going to do any kind of, you have some interaction, we're going to have a button here for the user to click here to change the picture. So let's go ahead and bring a button out and align that to the left here. And we'll just go ahead and just change the text to click here. All right, so that would be very clear for the user. So basically this button is going to change when the image is tapped. So now we're going to set up our IB action here. So let's open up the assistant editor. And then let me just move this over so we can see the screen. Click on our button, control drag, and again I'm going to put my actions down below here. I'm going to change my connection type to action. and I'm going to call this button tapped. All right, and then I'll leave everything else as is and go ahead and connect that action. So again, I've got a connection. I can put my mouse over this little circle and I'll see that, hey, there you go, it's connected. It's working right here. All right, so we want to change this image. Okay, so we want to be able to press this button and have this picture change to something else. So since we want to do that, we got to start thinking, all right, we've got to make this image view a property. All right, we want to access this image view in code and change it. So whenever we want to do that, we're going to have to create an outlet. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So just like a label, a button, same process, control and drag. And since this is going to be a property, I'm going to put this up top here. You'll notice outlet, that's fine. And you'll notice the type's image view. All right, so because it picks up that we were working on an image. Xcode's very smart like that, which is nice. So we just need to give this a name, and we'll go ahead and we'll just call it, to keep it simple, we'll call it Sun Image View. Okay. If you have a different image, you can call it whatever that might be. I'm just using sun because my picture's a sun. Again, I just connect, and I've now established my connection between my code and my image view. Again, I'll prove it. Put my little mouse over that, and it highlights it in blue there. So we got things working right now. So now we want to change the image. Okay, so we want to code this change here. So I want my picture to change when I click on this button. I want it to go from the sun to the moon that I dragged in here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the standard editor and go into the view controller. All right, so again, I'm going to work again. So I want, when the user presses the button, I want something to happen. So that means I got to put all my code inside this function, inside these curly braces here. Okay, so what's going to happen here, all right, is we need to, again, we want to change this image view right now. All right, so what we're going to do here, all right, inside of here is on the button tapped, we're going to say sun image view dot image. Okay, again, so we are calling up here, we're accessing this sun image view right now. Okay, and then from there, we want to change the image of it. So every image view has an image property. We're going to set that equal to UI image. All right, so go ahead and just kind of keep typing through here. All right, and then it's going to be called, and so as I'm calling this UI image property, it's going to ask, all right, what name are you doing? So again, I kind of glossed over that. So actually, let me just back up here and repeat that. Okay, so I'm going to call again, so I'm going to pull a UI image out of my library here. So again, it's a property a class, not a property, it's a class, UI image, so I call that class. All right, and then from there, I'm going to look for a specific function here, and we're going to go ahead and name this image. All right, so UI image named, and now I just need to find the name of the image I want to use. All that is moon. All right, so whatever your picture name is, that's what you want to do. It's got to be typed exactly the same. So I come back to view controller, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go quotations because I'm typing with a string, or entering a string, moon. Okay, and then from there, it's set up. So again, this line of code reads sun image view. Again, I'm accessing this image view up here, dot image. So I'm accessing the image of the image view. I'm going to set that equal to a new image, so UI image, and I'm going to set it equal to my moon image only when the button is tapped. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this, and let's take a look at what we have here. All right, so as this loads up here, all right, so here we go. So we've got my sun. I click on my button, and it changes to the moon. Okay, so again, just some interaction there within an app, giving the user the ability to change the picture by clicking on the button. Now, we don't have the functionality set up to revert back to the sun. We'll get to that later on here, but for right now, the important thing is that we're just understanding what just happened. All right, so just to kind of review everything, we started off, we created a single view app, and then from there we dragged in two pictures, a picture of a moon and a sun. We went to our main storyboard, we put an image view on our main storyboard and set the image to the sun image here in our attribute inspector. We then brought a button onto our storyboard and changed the title to click here. And then after we did that, we connected our button to an action right here, button tapped action. We also set our image view to we connected it to an outlet, an IV outlet to make a property. After we did all that, we said, you know what, let's change the image. We want our user to be able to change it when they hit a button. So within the button tapped function, we set the sun image view, again, coming from right here. We access the image property of sun image view and set it equal to this new image named moon. And again, the final result, once again, is by clicking this button, the picture changes to a moon. So hopefully that all makes sense to you there. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But we're just about ready to get into our first app that you're going to do a little kind of on your own here. But doing a lot of great things in here, so keep up the great work, and we'll talk to you soon here.